I'm Ana here, and we wanted to hear a little bit about Ana and her business and how she's been able to make her business succeed during this time or just adjust during this COVID-19 time. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your business?
Yes. Well, I am Puerto Rican, but I've been living in the States for a very long time, a little bit over 20 years or so. My husband was in the military, so we retired here in San Antonio, Texas. And while moving around, I worked a variety of jobs. So I got to experience a lot of different things and a lot of different cultures. So I love that. I love traveling, and that inspired me to start the businesses that I'm doing right now. So I actually have two businesses that I'm doing, and I work from home. So one of the businesses is a travel agency, and that's where all the traveling, inspired me to do that. And I just because I love traveling so much, I love when I get to help people travel as well. And the other business that I have is a life coaching business. So I went to school and I finished my master's degree in industrial organizational psychology, and that inspired me to help people. I've always been interested in psychology, so that's something that kind of put me towards that career. And in both of the jobs, I just feel like I'm helping someone fulfill some type of dream, or just at least help them move forward with their lives.
Awesome. I like that. When did you start your businesses?
Funny enough, or curious enough, I started both about a year and a half ago. I stumbled with this wonderful travel agency that sponsored me to start, because I'm an independent travel agent, but sponsored by an agency. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, because even though I work by myself, I have all the resources by being sponsored with an agency. And I get to work with all the vendors, the major vendors. So I started doing that about a year and a half ago. And the life coaching, even though I started doing that now with COVID-19, it was something that I pivoted with another freelancing business that I had, where I was doing OBM, which is online business management. And I felt that that wasn't fulfilling my dream of helping businesses in the way that I wanted, or people in the way that I wanted. And COVID-19 just kind of made me rethink what I wanted to do and how I could better help people. So, in a way, this was, I guess, just give me an epiphany
Yeah.
and help me just really figure out what I wanted to do. And it's actually working well.
Awesome. What was it that made you want to start your businesses?
I just always had this entrepreneur spirit and a desire of helping people. So as a military wife and moving around so much, I don't know if you've, I'm sure, I mean, military people are all over the country and all over the world. So I'm sure you've talked to military people before, but we find it sometimes difficult to find work because we're moving around so much. So, sometimes we start, working part-time jobs and things like that, or start working small businesses with other people. So with my own entrepreneur spirit, I figured that, it was time for me to start something that it was my own, and something that I felt like I was working for myself, but I was helping people in the way that I wanted to help people.
Awesome. I love that. And then, and throwing in your passions of traveling, and that makes it even funner, I think, when you can
I know, yes,
help people have their dreams come true and you get excited in the process.
yes.
What do you love most about serving the San Antonio area through your business? Do you serve only people in San Antonio mostly, or do you help people all over since you're remote?
Actually, I help people all over. I mean, then that's
Okay.
the beauty of working, of having my business online. That I get to work with people all over the country, and I've actually talked to people internationally in a few occasions. But being Puerto Rican, I tap into that market a lot. So that's great for me because I get to help a lot of people in my country as well. But being here in San Antonio, I do work with a lot of San Antonians, and it's wonderful. I love the culture here because it's very similar to my culture as well. And I just love how people are here. They're just hard working, honest people, and I relate to them a lot, and it's just a wonderful culture to work with, and it's great. But being online it just gives me the ability to work with anybody and everyone.
Yeah, that's awesome, especially in this day and age where, you know, you can travel and work from wherever you are. So yeah, that is really nice.
Exactly. Yes,
What are
it's so portable.
Yes, exactly. What are some ways that you've had to adjust during this quarantine or pandemic going on right now?
Well, because my businesses are online, I didn't really have to adjust in the fact of having to learn how to do my job online because I was already doing that. So that was, there was no adjustment on that side. But I did have to find a way to, I guess, retrain my clients a little bit because, like on the travel business, it was very hard because now people are not traveling. So that hurt my business a lot.
Oh yeah.
And even though I always strive to educate my clients, that's part of what I do as a travel agent. I don't just sell a product. I educate my clients, especially those that travel internationally. I always make a point of giving them additional resources for the areas that they're traveling, so that they are educated of where they're going and know what to expect. So now during these times, we're not necessarily as travel agents selling, but I make a point of continue to educate the clients of what's happening and what's going on, so they know what to expect and what's the difference between, taking a trip now versus taking a trip 6 months ago.
Exactly.
So that's a lot of learning in the process for us and for the clients. And as far as my other business, as a life coach, is all being, an adjustment because it was, like I said, that was something that I started. I just kind of started from scratch because I figured out that this was really what I wanted to do. And I've actually found that it was the right step on the right direction for me, for my business. And it's just, I actually was talking to a client today on the phone, and I realized this is my calling. This is really what I was supposed to do with this business from the beginning. And I don't know why I started doing something else when I started the business a year or so ago. So I guess it's somehow this was something positive for me.
That's good. The coaching was what you wanted to do the most. Is that
Hmm.
what you're I
Yes,
see.
yes,
More rewarding, helping
yes,
people through
yes,
their did you say accountability and empowerment? Is that what it was? Or
yes.
I don't know if you said that or if I read that, but I
Good.
saw it on your
Mindset. Yes.
yeah. So you help people um, in their own careers, or it doesn't even need to be in their own. It could be in anything. It doesn't have to be a business coaching, a life coaching type? Is that what?
Yes,
Okay.
life coaching, it could be in general. It doesn't have to be business necessarily. You know, sometimes people just need a little boost to get ahead in life, just self-esteem. There's so many things that people need help, and pretty much anybody can use a life coach
I
today.
agree.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. So how are you going to change your business moving forward? Is there anything you'll do different, or keep it the same, or?
Um, I have to see where this is you know, how things are going to change really with the world.
Exactly.
You know, it's things are almost changing every day. The news are kind of predicting how, you know, how the world is changing. So I don't want to say that is, you know, stating the course, but have to stay on top of what's happening and figure out what's, you know, what's the next step. But right now I'm happy with how things are going, and I'm positive for the future.
That's good. I know it's difficult to not know what to expect. And I know just thinking in past recessions and other times of financial time, a lot of businesses
Mm-hmm.
just, they don't succeed for a variety of reasons. And so, you know, hearing that you're just willing to adapt, I feel like that's huge, because if we have, you know, the option of not having a business or changing things up, you know, it's kind of like what what's the best, you know, for you. And I know everyone's different for that, but yeah, that's good that
Right, right.
you'll be willing to change if you need to, or, you know, just take it one day at a time. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
um, if you had to choose like one or two reasons why somebody would want to come to your business, what would they be?
Um, the personal experience. I don't consider my clients to be a number. I treat everyone as a person, and I give them that importance. You know, I dedicate my time to each person. And you know, it's, I mean, I don't want to say this in a way that sounds negative, but you know, like sometimes when you go to these big businesses and things like that, you know, it's like there's so many people going in that you're just one more and they don't know your name. So I treat everybody like, I mean, I know their names and they're my client, and when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. And I'm gonna dedicate my time to you at that moment in time. So it's just that personal attention.
I like that. I think that's a nice touch compared to some, like you said, some of the big businesses. And I find the same for my own business. I think, you know, some of those big corporations, they don't have anything on personal touch at all. So
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome that you can stand out that way. Do you um, do you have a favorite part of your job? Something you really like to do? Some aspect of it?
Yeah, I like the interaction with the people. And that may sound a little weird because I don't necessarily see the people in person, but I do get to interact with them, even if it is just on Facebook. That engagement, or when I get to talk to them on the phone, or even email. But I like that. I enjoy that. And when I get a good review or a positive comment from someone, that just makes my day. So that I really enjoy that about what I do and about my business. So that's just really important to me.
Awesome. I like that. And last question, where do you have a website or a place that people can find you and get your services?
Yes, I'm mostly on Facebook. I do have Instagram, and I have a website for the life coaching that I need to update. So that one is still on the works right now. But I'm mostly on Facebook. Um, for Facebook on the travel agent, you can find me at facebook.com FTC Ana Travel Agent, and that's Ana with one N. And for the life coaching is facebook.com Ana Rosado Real Life Golden.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for meeting with
Thank
me
you.
today, and I hope you have a good day.
Thank you. You too.